Yahoo! Prof here.
Sorry, I had to do the new intro with the weird noises.
Screws surprised me with a little gift over here. Not much of a surprise. He told me he was going to get me it when it came out, which is...
It was a while ago.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Had
Well,
a little
not
bit,
like that long ago.
Had a little bit of a hiccup, too. Yeah. But, you know, they resolved it and got a replacement. Super fast. Good job. Great customer support.
I mean, and then they gave you a Did they give you a padded envelope replacement?
Sure did.
With the label already
I almost ripped it in half when I was trying to rip open the FedEx package, though. Because it was, like, in the actual sealer. And I was like oh, shit. All right, well.
All right. You'll get your butt over here. Let's crack it open. What is it? What is it? That may give you guys a hint. Right there. That's the OG. Well, technically, it's from batch 2. But that's the first modal, which is the olive green. And the whole point they did this is to have anodized. Everything is anodizable in all the same color. You know what we should probably do? Yeah, we don't have...
Camera shifted. A knife?
No. We don't need a knife.
Oh, I was going to say, we got some scissors.
No, it's the white background. That's an ish. All right, let's pop that up there. Let's turn off the happy hacking keyboard. Let's move the wrist rest up there too. Can't forget my Sony headphones. Quite like these. Those are the WF G700N, because you all know that model off the top of your head, right?
Sponsors, yo.
What are those? I forget what those are. Those are the InZone buds.
Yeah, there you
go. Here, if you guys are wondering why I like them for work, they got a dongle. Dongle Daikazoku. Dongle family. Screws here regularly deals with Bluetooth, and he loves it. Loves it.
As long as you have AirPods, it's fine. All right, every other brand, pretty shit. Not gonna lie.
Luckily, work gave us AirPods, so we don't use those.
That's true. I do actually use those for work again.
Finally.
Yeah, I know.
So there you go. Happy birthday, me.
2 years later.
Yeah. A month that was a month ago, but I appreciate it. You said,
well, this thing wasn't available a month ago.
Yeah, we only had the video, or what was it? The email saying it was coming or something.
Yeah, soon, TM.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it came out. Ordered it. Got the pen. I was like, this isn't the right pen. And they were like, oh, sorry, our bad, dude.
Yeah, I do think when they're all one color, they look pretty slick, though.
Yeah.
Especially this OD green one. You guys, look at that. You guys can't see that. It's so camouflaged.
Where the hell did it go? It's gone.
All right. So we've been playing around. Oh, there's
the code.
Coupon.
It's upside down.
Yeah, you gotta get good. GG.
Sorry, folks.
It's shiny.
Oh, yeah. Look at that.
Ooh. So.
Gonna give him motion sickness, Elliot.
Oh.
I think it's chalk, dude. Bro, you even lift? Bro, do you even lift? You're gonna cut it open? Come on, be careful. This is the heirloom quality or whatever you said.
Yeah, I mean this is a chunk of brass here.
Chunk of brass. Yeah. I told you.
Oh, that's a hefty boy.
Just gotta put a ballpoint refill in there. You don't even have to like press them.
No, one of those 1.2 millimeter gels, just like.
Well, I wrote a line. That was a nice refill. It's gone basically.
But so what ended up happening? First generation. This is the full brass modal. This is only the second time they made it. First time it has the Mark II grenade style grip. This is only the second time they made it. The first time they made it tumbled, and this time they obviously made it polished. But the first time they also only made the Mark II, Mark II grip. This time they made what? Mark II fluted?
Fluted, yep.
And smooth.
Yep.
I was kind of like hemming and hawing to go in the smooth one because I mean you got to admit a smooth modal, it's got a vibe. Like it is sleek. It's sleek. But because the Mark II is the classic brass one from Keras, I was like, let's go with that. Squares, your order's the Mark II.
Yeah.
and then gets the smooth one. Because nothing related to me at any point in time can ever go correctly.
Hey, it got
even
resolved.
When I don't.
It got resolved.
But even when I don't, I'm not the one that ordered it, but it's for me. It's still.
It's okay. I think that's starting to rub off because that's starting to happen to me now too. So don't worry about it.
This thing's like, oh.
You know, like I ordered a keyboard thinking, hey, I like this Hall effect board, and like 7 months later, the B key just starts randomly repeating, and I'm like.
So I will say, if you guys want a light, nimble pen,
not the way to go.
Not the way to go. I will admit though, remember how with the Delrin that had the brass clip, it was imbalanced and very top heavy? Not a problem here. Not a problem at all.
Just all
heavy.
Yeah.
That was kind of the nice thing about the standard Modal too, is because they made the clip metal or aluminum instead of steel. You didn't have this like super top heavy, because it was Delrin and aluminum.
Yeah.
Like this is very well balanced pen, but this is like, and
yeah, ka-chunk. Desk collapses.
This thing's a weapon. That grip is quite comfy though.
Yep. Let me see that thing. Hand off.
We'll switch.
I didn't open the other one. It was still in its package.
Oh, that's good because that one's not ours.
I gotta let the customer support team know that I shipped that back today too.
She's a chonky boy. It's well balanced though, so I feel like it doesn't feel as heavy as. Are you gonna change my refill for me right away?
No, man, you just put a Parker in there.
No, we're putting the Zento.
Oh, you are? Okay, yeah, I forgot to message you about that. My bad.
Oh, I
a little out of it today.
I brought it. That's fine. Here you go, Zento.
Is that gonna fit by default?
Yeah, give it a shot. We'll see. Probably not. I think the modals need Uniballs need to be cut down.
We need that.
Ever so slightly for
this
the.
Guy?
You can eat.
Almost got it. Almost got it.
Hey guys, that's how G2 refills get.
Wait, that's a 0.5. I need that.
Dude, I have like a box of .38s at home.
What? Really?
Yeah.
You didn't tell me this?
Because I steal the spring.
You usually put the scratching in.
Oh, you know something I noticed about the Zento though? For a Uniball refill? No, it's actually on the ass end. Look at how much bigger the hole is compared to other normal Uniball refills.
0.35s?
Yeah, for 0.38 at least. All right, so here's can a Modal fit a Uniball without any modification?
So everybody says no.
Negative. It's so close.
It's just peeking out.
Yep, we gotta give her a little.
Holy moly! All right then. Well, I mean,
it's happy to see you.
Yeah. You like being able to write and see where you're kind of writing, I suppose. Yeah. Well, I'll let you do the honors while you hack that thing down. I'm gonna go grab that pilot refill. Mine. There we go. That's where I meant to hit. Just don't chop it off the desk. Or chop yourself.
It's fine.
It's fine, he says. There's so much blood.
They've already heard the story about me cutting my wrist open.
What?
With the utility knife. What do you think that is?
I suppose that's true. Do you need this wrapper anymore?
No. Where's my pen? I was like, where's the pen?
I don't know. It's that big chunk of metal you got right there.
Do you see how full they fill these Zento refills too? Like they fill them up there. Like that's more than a standard Uniball, I swear.
You want me to go back to the desk and grab the other G2?
No.
Oh, my hands.
We got.
My bad.
Here's a.
Yeah, a Uniball.
That's a 1.0 Uniball.
Yeah.
That looks less full to me. Look at the gap on that.
Yeah.
On that sucker. It's because the 1.0.
Yeah, you're just gonna drink ink, basically.
That's why we were so surprised about the Sharpie, though, is because even though it had the smaller tip, they didn't make the hole smaller.
Yeah.
Hey.
Perfecto.
So it's like 1 millimeter, if not less, on a modal now.
Yeah, don't chop it down like me and then have to tape the end.
That's where the hole. Do you see where the cutoff went? It landed in the bottom of my.
Perfect.
Exactly where I wanted. Ooh.
How much of that is the refill and how much is it the 18-pound pen that you currently have that's just slowly but surely?
It's better than the Muji refill from yesterday that doesn't write in one direction.
I told you just to hand me that thing.
Oh, by the way, in the direction it doesn't write, it leaks ink out.
Oh, nice.
So it like squirts ink out of one direction. Like if you roll it this way instead of going on the paper, it goes.
So
it goes up the side of it.
So it's like a deformed tip or something like that?
Yeah, or I dropped it like on concrete and I may have. This one was sitting in, like I have a drawer of all the Muji pens. They all point this way. This one had the cap off, was pointing that way. I think that was an indication to myself that I may have like
as a reminder, like don't use this thing. It's a piece of crap.
Yeah, and then me in future me's like, oh, that one, I'll use that one.
It's right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, here, try the Zento refill. It feels. I mean, you tried the 0.5. I don't know. Did you use your 0.38 that I got you?
Not yet.
Yeah. So this is a 0.38. I think it writes pretty well.
A billion refills that I never burn through anymore because I don't write anymore. I just type. Hello. Ooh, not bad.
Yeah.
Hello.
I feel like that might be the ink, but I feel like it's better than the one ink. Uni 1. Because Uni 1 ink was like fine. TM. Fine. Here's a 0.38. This should be a cellulose.
It's like a bludgeoning tool for somebody gets out of line.
Yeah, or you just whip at them all the way across the building and you concuss them.
Why'd you do that? This is just a thicker refill, I think.
No, that's 0.38. It's cellulose though.
What the hell?
So I like the cellulose refills, man.
It feels like a 0.5.
Yeah, it's 0.38. I mean, you can check in there, but I'm pretty sure that's the 0.38 cellulose.
They look the same. Just eyeballing them up, at least.
Yeah.
All right, let's double check.
God, just handling this thing is just like...
Spot check.
UMR 83E?
It's
the cellulose refill. It's a UMR 83E.
Yep. I may not have...
What are you looking for?
83E.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if they had like 7, 5 or something like that.
Well, 83 is 0.38.
Okay. Why is it 83? Why is it 38? That makes no sense.
Well, the 0.28 is 82.
Garbage?
So, yeah, and can you have that little
schniplet guy?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, for those wondering, the Zento refill was named... Here you go. Uniball Zento, that's lasered on. Z38. Look, they changed it just for you, so you don't have to, like, you're like all the other models, like the 207, the 307, whoever named them was dyslexic.
Yeah.
Because the 207 is 82 and 83 and 85 and 87.
Okay.
And then the 307 is 82E, 83, or there's no 82E, 83E, 85E, 87E. Yeah, so whoever named those was dyslexic. This one they corrected because it's just...
Zento.
Yeah, that looks lasered too now instead of being like raised plastic. That looks like laser etched.
Yeah, there's some texture there though.
Yeah, but laser etching will give it texture, but it's not like the other one was molded into the plastic. I think that's because that's like kind of like coloration you'll get when you laser etch stuff.
Yeah, it looks raised.
Is that sort of like...
Yeah, you can kind of see that it's raised. A little bit. You see as you start rolling it, there's definitely stuff there.
Yeah, laser etching might do that. I don't know. You guys let me know. I think that looks like a laser etch, whereas the other one was literally molded into the
plastic body.
Yeah. There you go.
Look at that beautiful gold pen you got there. Gold. It's brass, you goof.
Brass, yeah.
Brass.
Gold would be even heavier, technically.
What?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Gold's
Should dance?
chunk, you know.
Gold. Well, happy birthday. Hopefully she gets use. If not, she'll just go to the son of Pro Fist.
It'll.
Son and or daughter of Pro Fist.
Yeah, you can definitely see. That's why I like the cellulose. When you're like, oh, it's way more bold. No, it's just like a...
Well, look, the darker ink. Otherwise, too, it almost seems like...
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either, man.
I think it might be also like if it's because Uniball 1 versus the 80, like the 207 or 307, which is the 80, 83 or 83E. The 1 ink would have sat on top of the paper, whereas the 82, like the 207, 307, they go into the paper. So that's might be why it looks darker is because it's not sitting on it. It goes into it.
Gotcha.
I don't know if the Zento is the same way. There is not much info on the Zento, except it looks exactly like the pens that come in look almost the same.
Didn't we determine or find out that it was water-based ink?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is similar to the 1. It is a replacement for the Uni 1. And everybody's like, oh, so it's the same ink. And Uniball's like, no. We reformulated the whole thing, but that's the only information we have so far is that it's water-based and they redid the whole thing.
Isn't the other stuff usually pigmented?
Yeah.
Is that slightly different?
Yes.
I thought, from my understanding, it was, yeah. And preferred in some cases because it kind of like bonds to the paper. Correct?
Yeah, but then if you're doing certain types of paperwork like shit, like receipt paper, for example.
Use ballpoint. Yield Parker Jotter. That's all right. You
Space
can
pen?
I only got like 15 of them at home. Don't worry about it, Elliot.
Oh, dude, this thing.
Maybe not quite that many, but yeah.
I wish we had my postage scale. Like this is. Pick these up. That is more than. That is. Pick that up.
Yeah.
Okay, now pick that up. Just
nice.
Just lift them up and put it down.
That's pretty nice.
Yeah. That's like more than 2 times as heavy.
Yeah.
Like.
I think it says 21 grams.
Okay.
62 if I'm not mistaken.
See, more than twice. It's a.
I think at least I believe reading the specs page that, or it was like 23 for this, so it's not bad. That's why I like the Modal, because the original Jotter is like 16 grams.
Yeah, I
was like, okay.
For those buying pens though, for those interested,
and you're like, I want brass. I'm like,
yeah,
you're a madman.
Yeah.
Especially if you intend to write with this every day, unless you're just like.
Gotta remember my first side click was copper.
Is that heavier or lighter than brass? I think it's heavier.
Heavier, but brass is harder.
Yeah. Isn't copper part of? Isn't that how they make
yes.
brass? Is like
yes.
Combine copper and something else. I can't recall.
Tin? Let's ask Google. What makes brass? Copper and zinc. There you go. So zinc.
I'd say take a bunch of pennies and melt the pennies down. I think the insides are zinc nowadays.
Why did I think tin? Tin's soft. Zinc's pretty soft though too, depending on how you do it. What? Brass is pretty hard. Brass is way harder than aluminum. Like way harder than aluminum.
Well, see you later. Thanks.
Pants fall down. Not wearing a belt today, I see.
Hoist them up. Is this lighter than the other Mason models and models?
No, it's just. I think it's the same. It should be the original. OG.
It's been a while since I used my aluminum guy.
Yeah.
But I feel like maybe it's just because we're coming off of this goddamn thing that is just. She's chunk. And you're like, oh, this is pretty nice. Not bad. Feels kind of plastic.
So what I was gonna say about this though is like, you know how a lot of people in the EDC community think of aluminum as like the cheap one?
Yeah.
But for a lot of everyday carry use stuff, like aluminum is good enough, people. Like legitimately. And I would argue like for the tux, like I have copper ones, I have titanium ones. the aluminum one is the better one because it doesn't like this is you even use this one. You're like, holy crap, it's light because like you're like, yeah. So you like that's why we use aluminum for so many things. It has a very good balance of strength, like corrosive resistiveness once anodized, and in weight.
It's strong enough too.
Like strong enough, but it's light, right? So like titanium, people are like, oh, I need titanium. Titanium version of this is almost twice as heavy.
Probably twice as expensive too, I can imagine.
More.
Yeah.
Because they did a limited run of them. And it works like ass comparatively. Because apparently the bar stock that they made it from wasn't the right size, so it like the hole's too big here, basically, on the one that they made. And they're like, yeah, we did the best we could, but we're probably not gonna make more. And then my copper one from them, because copper does that like work hardening thing, and also like when you slide stuff on it, it gets like black buildup on it. Like it I don't want to say like gums up, but it kind of like gums up. I forget the term of it, but like as you use it, like it galls. That might be the right term. So like you'll get it working when the blade pops in and out, and then like you'll let it sit for a little bit, and then like it'll like
there's the bond, more or less.
It like the chemicals being like the differences in the metals and stuff like that. And normally I would say take as much oil off the blade as you can when you put it in these aluminum ones. Maybe don't do that with the copper one because it seems to get
a little gunky.
Yeah, like gunky. Whereas normally with these aluminum ones, you want to get off as much of that, like because they ship with like oil on them so they don't rust and stuff. Get it off of here. But yeah, so that's what I was getting at with this is like, hey, don't feel like you have to get the brass one or spend extra to get the titanium one. Usually, the aluminum's fine.
Most people like carrying this piece of crap around, and it's fine. The clip breaks.
Yeah.
So
I've also seen kids break the pen in half somehow.
Yeah. So going from like this to this.
Yeah. Or what else you got? What do you got in your pocket? That's probably what they're actually going to go to.
Yeah, nothing.
Where's your?
Oh, you're talking my everyday carry.
Yeah. Everyday carry that he's not carrying.
It's in my bag. It lives in the bag. All right. I, on the other hand, like these guys.
Yeah. So.
Elliot's favorite. Pilot refills.
Yeah. But you can start out here. Like if you're coming from the G2, maybe go to the basic.
Dude, your modal's lighter than this thing.
Well, it's because there's a shit ton more material there.
Hell yeah.
Somebody was saying they wanted a brass version of that, and I'm
mad person. Mad.
I don't think they said that they're going to be making any. Maybe they'll make some more premium versions. They apparently made some like test ones to show off that they could do it or whatever. Being that this is supposed to be a cheap product, I doubt they're going to start like just buy their more premium pen. Yeah. And the Modal is a great pen. So as much as we've been pushing the basic, if you have the money, I quite like the Modal. And to be truthful, one of my favorite ones is still this first one I got, because this is like going off of what they intended. Is they made this so they could anodize the whole thing one color, and it looks great, and it feels like it's nothing crazy. Like they didn't try to do anything. I'm still working it in.
I'm still digging these raw aluminum pens that they got.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you got your Modal too, don't you? Your Modal is a raw aluminum one.
Yeah, she's starting to shear away a little bit again on that area, but it works. It's mostly smooth. I just clean up the J section every now and again.
I mean, that's gonna happen when you're taking raw aluminum and rubbing it on raw aluminum.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
Take two aluminum tent poles and rub them together. You'll get black shit too.
Some carbon buildup, huh?
Probably get shocked too with a little bit of static electricity after a while.
Yeah.
But oh god. Okay, I was handling the Modal in this. You pick up that now.
Yeah, it's a chunk.
It's like there's recoil to picking it up.
Yeah.
Oh.
Modals are pretty nice though, I will say.
So
it's not too bad.
No, I mean I think it's well balanced. Some of these heavier metal pens often just get like really top heavy because there's so much more material up there.
This is pretty evenly balanced across. So like, yeah,
see,
that's pretty even.
Yeah, which is almost a more important thing.
Bad. Yeah,
that's why that Pen Club exclusive Delrin one that I have that has a brass clip, I don't actually like using it because it has a brass clip, so the whole thing like.
About the same too.
I mean that's
a little bit more.
That's an aluminum stick you have in your hand with a hole drilled in it.
Heck yeah! Hey, I like it. That's all that matters.
They need to do what they did for the the Render K, where they made a bar stock one. So I that's like the thickness that this is made out of, where they didn't mill it down at all. So it would just be like bar stock, hole in the middle with a pen tip sticking out. They got to make one of those just for old time's sake. You know what I mean? Like, if you thought this was cheap, that's gonna be like,
done.
Yep. $5. Don't hold them to that. That was a joke. But yeah, I really do think this one looks well. Looks really nice. When they showed that it was coming back, I was like, I told Squeeze over there, I'm like, that's a looker. That's a looker.
I had to get you something. You got me that dragon scale.
So, and I know you like the Modals. So.
Yeah, I really do. I think this is probably the ultimate EDC pen right here.
Yeah.
As much as writing, I prefer the side click, a standard length, standard width side click.
Yeah.
As an everyday carry, I think the Modal is a better everyday carry.
Yeah, I mean it's like the same size. I mean it's like.
Well, it's because that doesn't have a clip that goes over the.
Yeah, no, I mean it's like.
Yeah. Well, I mean you're starting
5 inches basically.
Yeah, 5 inches is what they're trying to hit.
Yeah, so it's like the same size as the Jotter, which I think is. Fits in your hand. You're not like
Sharpie is a Sharpie is right around that same size too. Here we got a Sharpie right here.
Yeah.
See. So it does like for a general use pen. I mean, if you go all the way back to the Pen Type A, that is what CW&T found too. Is like 5 inches is right about like plus or minus a little bit.
Yeah.
Is right where you wanna.
Yeah.
Right where you wanna be.
Yeah.
So, questions, comments, throw them down below. I am pumped. As I said to Screws, this is an heirloom pen here right there. This is that one that
it's just gonna tarnish.
It's gonna look beautiful.
Gonna
look beautiful. I'm not gonna polish it.
You're just gonna let patina and go with it. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that this Mark II grip is nice and grippy, but it's not like hard on the hand.
Yeah.
The fluted one, my gosh, because it's those like really thin grooves. Yeah. It gets
cuts into your hand.
Yeah, I mean, like, man, is it grippy? If you lock into those grooves, it ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
You could be right in a tornado.
It's still locked in.
It's still locked in. But it does get uncomfortable after a while. Whereas this kind of is a
polished.
So I'm gonna run this with the Zento refill and see. But yeah, you can see from there. That is why I like the cellulose refill. You see how like nice and smooth and dark it is? Like it's just.
I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it took you like six lines. Yeah, look at that.
That's all I'm gonna say.
We do videos on refills for those interested. And check out, we recently did all the first generation of the basic pens.
First run, whatever you want to say.
Yep. And hopefully some of our tips and tricks helped you guys. One of you guys already said you picked up the dental wax. So hopefully that works out. I need to put a bit more in mine. I compared it to what I had put on my other pen, and yeah, I didn't go ham enough. Like you really gotta.
Don't go too crazy though. Like I said, because I put too much on there, and then you try and you strip out the plastic.
Maybe work up. All I know is that I definitely don't have enough on mine.
Yeah.
So
be wary when putting
that is a nice thing though that you get when you go up to the Modal, because there's actually a screw that comes up from the top and like pins it so it can't rotate or move. That is also why it's an oblong shape and not a circle.
You
know, you gotta remember this is a cost reduced. Here, like it's literally a cost reduced Modal.
She's still a beauty though.
Yeah. Dude, I still think that Basic 3 looks so nice. Feels good in the hand.
Smells like metal.
If you guys need a little workout too, you just
Or you get the carpal tunnel from riding too long, I suppose.
yeah.
Kills your hand. It is nice though.
All right. Well, we'll see you in the next one. Check out Keros, and here we'll give you another peek at the
code.
At the code. There you go. Pretty sure this code is not unique. It like they make it look like it's unique, but I'm pretty sure it's just.
I think it was the same one from the other packaging
Yeah.
as well. So yeah.
So get your $15 off. Had I remembered that was a thing, your gift could have had $15 off. But
It's fine.
yeah, I also ordered one recently that I used the 10% coupon off, and like I didn't get it. So make sure your orders. They did have an issue though, where also people were supposed to be getting charged shipping and weren't, and people that like and vice versa. So they had to fix that. So that might have been a whole like.
I think that happened to me because I was not charged for shipping.
They fixed it now. Yeah, with this cost, you shouldn't have been,
Mm-hmm.
but it also wasn't entered in there. Like it's not in as a line item. Like, so you didn't lose or gain money. Like you ended up fine, but some people it doesn't work out. Also, you know, like there's a 2-pound limit, so. All right, guys. Hopefully, we'll see you in the next one. You know, share your pens. We do have a Discord with a channel for this sort of stuff, where we do talk about some of these before they come out. You know, and people share which ones they're picking up. I know some of you out there really like the titanium models, and Keros just brought back a very limited run of the Retract in titanium. So if you're a titanium guy, Keros does not do titanium that often. Their last time for the Retract was over the 2020 to 2021, like it'd be like the Christmas holiday, like Christmas to New Year's time. That was the last time they did it. That's more than 4 years ago. So if you want it, jump on it.